you also have
Yeah.
another guy in Tier 2.
I do.
Island corner.
Yep.
You're not necessarily in the consensus on this one, although many people like the traits of this corner.
Right.
Would not necessarily put him in this tier. You like him better than most.
Yeah.
He's from Auburn. His name is?
DJ James. Yeah, I like DJ James, right? DJ James, who now, unlike Quinyon Mitchell can cover anybody anywhere, right? Okay. Wiggins is an outside corner who has to maybe learn some technique and stuff and could probably play some slot as he goes on in his career, right? DJ James, to me, not only is outside, man-to-man corner and does all that stuff too. DJ James has the hips and the change of direction skills where I have no doubt he could play nickel right away in the NFL and be really elite at it as well, right? That to me is where he's really special. He doesn't quite have the speed the other guys do, right? To where on the outside, if Jamar Chase is running by him, he's not going to close down on him like Nate Wiggins or Quinyon Mitchell are going to be able to, right? They can say go gadget 6 gear, and then they can go, wait, I could stay with Jamar Chase, right? DJ James, he doesn't have that. But what DJ James does have, and I think is every bit as good, maybe even better than Nate Wiggins, right, is, hey, I'm running with a guy, and he's kind of running like the post route, and all of a sudden now he breaks and runs to the corner, like we were talking about, like the post corner. His hips and ability to move and change directions, they're better than Nate Wiggins. That's for sure. He has got the loosest hips, change of direction, put your foot in the ground, no wasted steps. I'm breaking here, and I'm back to full speed within 2 steps. He is up there with Quinyon Mitchell in that department. Now, he's not as good as either one of them at ball skills, and, of course, he doesn't have the size and length maybe as the other two that way. But I was really impressed with this player, just about everything with this player. Great feet, right? Really competes, gets in your face. His only thing was maybe that lack of top-end gear that the other two guys have that he's kind of missing.
No, Malik Neighbors was your man-crushing wide receiver.
Yeah.
And PFF notes that he is one of the few players, DJ James, who handled Malik Neighbors' quickness in that game. And
that's
so that's
my
probably
point.
one of the
that's
games
my
that
point I'm talking
you
about,
watched there.
Yeah.
NFL.com said, quote, a thin frame combined with questionable long speed could push James inside, whereas pattern matching and short area athleticism should work to his advantage. So similar to what you're saying right there. It's like he has the speed, but necessarily all the way down the field. You wonder about that.
Yeah,
quick,
that's
for
what
sure,
you were.
in
Yes,
tight quarters.
exactly right. Right. You're comfortable with anything like 20 to 25 yards, right? Anything underneath that, you're great. But yeah, when it gets to, oh no, he was kind of sitting on the underneath route, right? And the guy takes off and runs deep. Right? There's not the same type of top end. Ooh, let me get to that other gear to close it. The ball's in the air. Oh, he's closing it. Like Nate Wiggins and Mitchell, you'd be like, I don't know if the ball's going to get there in time, right? And, this one, okay, it's not quite that way. But where it's a little different is on some of the intricate underneath routes. Like I said, as compared to a Nate Wiggins or whatever, he's all over that stuff. You try to run a little like slant and then come back out, right? All that. Or a little jerk route in the middle of the field. He is very good at, oh, wait, you made me stop? Oh, no, you leaned me this way. Oh, my hips are good. I'm going back the other way with you. Or, you flip me around, but I'm not like a robot that's like, wait, I have to redirect to a straight line. I'm going straight now. Here I go. It's none of that. It's a really loose point guard-ish and basketball, right? That's where I liked him. And to me, that's where like his hips, his ability to turn and run, his ability to flip his hips and turn and run, it's excellent, right? The footwork, everything we talked about, whether it's back pedals, right, being leaned one way, having to stick the foot in the ground and break another way, it's all like he's elite in those areas. He really is. It's just that one area we talk about. And tackling, it's a little like Nate Wiggins. He tackles, but he's not going to set the edge. We're not asking him to take on Jerome Bettis. That's not what he is.
Right.
He's just going to do enough and get you down, and that's what he's going to do there.
He's 6 foot 175,
exactly.
so he's not the biggest
guy. He's not going to kill you that way. Right.
I noticed that too. In run defense, I had an oh-no play. He had the Barry Sanders play. Remember that play against the Patriots that one time where Barry is like turning
weaving around. Yeah,
it was
actually against the Cowboys.
No, it was the Patriots.
No, don't you ask me. But you're going to question me.
Was
it's
it?
the Cowboys in the playoff game. It was Ken Norton Jr.
No. It was the one with Harlan Barnett. We're talking about different plays.
Different plays. Okay,
yeah, where he kind of like turns one way and then like the corner goes back the other. Maybe Barry was great. He probably did it multiple times.
Yeah,
we did have a DJ James play like that against Texas A&M in the 79-yard touchdown run. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it does seem like when I was watching, I was like, man, his toughest games were against the best competition, which makes sense.
Yeah, they played man.
Which makes sense, right?
Right.
So they context clues. It was like they trusted him in those situations. It was hard for him, but they did trust him in those.
They did.
They
when they had a big play against, to your point, to LSU, they went, you take Malik Neighbors, right? You take him.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me said a lot. And it was sometimes moved into the slot where you're like, wow. He's been playing outside for like the last 20 snaps. Now, here we are in a 3rd and 7. They went go inside against the best receiver in college football, right? And he was definitely not outclassing those departments. But finish off what you're going to keep saying.
But to the point
there.
I was making about your first two guys, it's like you really couldn't find any bad play. There were some for DJ James.
There is.
And also I was like wondering, should it be disqualifying? He was the one in coverage that gave up that 4th and 31 game-winning touchdown
He
to
only
Alabama.
covered the guy perfectly for 35 seconds,
He
right?
did.
That's where I feel bad for guys like the corner. He's all over the guy forever. The guy's forever.
Yeah.
And then he's got his back turned to the ball, and Milroe threw a good ball, but yeah, that hurt.
I think it was indicative of maybe some of his ball skills sometimes, a lack of awareness, sometimes getting lost in zone too, and so I think that showed up a couple of times, but the elite physical traits is what puts him number 3 on your list.
Number 3. And then the first guy that I say has got real inside, outside, day one, availability to a football team. I wouldn't be shocked. That's probably where he starts out. I wouldn't be shocked if that's where it started. But again, I think there's enough on the outside. And like I said, I think between the feet and the transition and all of that, the burst, right, the acceleration, I see a corner here that end of the first, maybe early second.
So he's projected round 3 right now in
round 3
mock draft.
Yeah,
so.
I heard Pete had told me before. He's like, Pete had told me round 2.
Yeah.
He saw a little bit. But I'd
Could
be
be a good
shocked if he
sleeper
doesn't
for someone.
raise up here a little bit as we go too,
All
because it's one of those where you're not projecting much. You get to see it. You get to see him play man against big time, competition, and you get to see him against guys like the 2 LSU guys and go, well, he wasn't outclassed by any stretch of the imagination against those 2 guys. So I think he'll be okay in the NFL.
Yeah, the fact that he just could do that, keep up with Malik Neighbors in that one game, should be enough for some NFL team to pull the trigger, which they will. Which round, that is still the question. We close the door on tier number 2.
Yo, homies, what's up? I know it's the off season, but it's never the off season on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Me and Ahmed Fareed are going to be here for it all. We got free agency. We're going to break it all down. The draft, the rankings of positions. Of course, we're going to unpack it all. Hit subscribe, get to my free agency reactions, 2024 draft rankings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.